Good morning. It's Mark. You ever sip your morning coffee, stare out at the day, look at the list of things to do, and it just seems so large? It's elephant large. And I use the word elephant deliberately because we've all heard that cliche to eat the elephant one bite at a time. Yes, that's how you eat an elephant if you have an appetite for elephants. Most of us don't have a challenge of things to do or the monkeys on our back of tasks, expectations, deadlines that are elephant size. They just seem that way in our minds sometimes. Oh my gosh, how am I going to get this done? And the answer is simple, one thing at a time, but it's more complex than that. And I find when I get off track, it's really hard to get back on track because there's so many things to do and not enough time to do them. And who can set aside the time to then prioritize the things? But we have to do that. And I find each time I get back to a tighter discipline of routine and going through all the things that are outstanding, my wish list, the things that I want to do, the little file folders full of notes, of ideas, things that to be pursued, and the file drawer of old things to follow up on, new things to pursue, things that are on the front burner this week, transactions I'm working on or meetings to attend, that kind of thing. It just becomes huge if you let it. My suggestion to anyone with this similar problem is to do what I periodically do. And it's usually when I really get myself behind. I'm just behind. And you can't sort of throw it all in the trash and just start over. Of course not. But some things do deserve to be in the trash. And here's how you do it. Set aside a little time. And sometimes that's a half a day or a whole day. And go through everything, every file, every note, every diarized item, just to go through them all. Not to eliminate them, but to sort them out in terms of priorities. Business things, personal things, daily things, weekly things, monthly things. Things that I really need to do that. I need to not lose track of the daily reminder or weekly reminder to do that thing and to do it as a routine practice and get that framework organized. Next, I go through every old file that deserves to still be in the drawer. Every piece of paper that's in a to-do file or an idea file or a make calls about file, and sort them through. Are they real? Are they worthwhile? Are they things that are gone by? And I don't necessarily trash them, but I reorder them in the priority setting process. And the next step, and the one that I think sort of ties it all back, and then you can start to work a daily routine again, is everything that is of some degree of current time importance. And ask the question on each one, am I up to date on this? Have I done what needs to be done next in this particular thing? And very often the answer is, well, no, I'm not far behind, but I'm not on top of it. So I need to focus on getting on top of those things. And I find when I do that, and then I just have my daily pile of things to do, the sequence of things in my file drawer, my current activity file drawer is not alphabetical at all. It's based on degree of urgency. And the first thing I confront in that file drawer every day are my morning ritual things to do, the things that have to be touched every day. Those files are there because I don't want to miss them or forget to do them. And that's how I organize my physical schedule and physical activities. And the other part is, of course, the electronic part. I have a calendar attached to my database of individuals. I think I got 13,000 people in that database, and that needs to be culled down because some of those are obsolete contacts and people that are no longer with us, but it's been built up over many years. So I need to go through my scheduling appointments and projects to do, tasks to do, people to call back, people to send a note to, people that I'm overdue for follow-up with. So that's how I knit the two together, the file drawer priorities and the daily calendaring and software. I use a contact management program called ACT, and it has a calendaring thing. I can put something in for today only or for repetition on days of the week or a certain frequency. Calls, emails, or calls and tasks and follow-ups in various categories. And I can keep a lot of notes in that database so that I don't have to type out something on paper and put it in a file. I can record it or copy and paste things from emails into things. So the next time I need to call Joe or Sally, I can go into their contact in my software and there it is. I don't have to go look for a file in a drawer. So I'm partly old school and I use files and I use paper, and I'm partly techie, though I use a software system that I've been using for about 25 years. I'm using the current version, of course. I know because I just got the bill the other day for the annual renewal, but the magic of new tools and old ways sometimes fit together. So in wrapping up, I will remind myself and remind anyone else that how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, but they're chewy. Elephants have very thick skin and they're very large animals. Most tasks we have to deal with, or most circumstances of feeling overwhelmed that we have, are not elephant sized. They're just more than we can manage. So we need to wade into it and manage it, throw away things that are really diverting our attention from what we want to be focused on, and things that they've gone by the wayside or they're old, or if they really do need attention, then bring them to the front burner and give them the attention they deserve. But deal with it, move on to the next item, deal with it, move on to the next item, and get yourself organized. Mark, that's my message to myself. And for anyone else who's got an elephant to eat, get out your napkin and your knife and fork, and I recommend some mustard and a sharp knife. But no, seriously. Who wants to eat an elephant? If you've ever seen elephant skin shoes, now there's some grain. That's beautiful leather from elephants. And of course, elephants are too often not harvested for their leather, but for their ivory. So that's a big problem. I'm getting off on a tangent. It's a wormhole when one thing leads to another. And now I'm talking about elephant tusks and saving animals in Africa. Don't eat an elephant. Don't kill an elephant. Manage that mountain so it doesn't get to the elephant size. That's a wrap for me today. My name's Mark Kolke. Have a great day. Bye-bye.